All right. What's up, nerds? We're going to do another WoW Wednesday, and we're going to be ranking the races of Warcraft because I want to. Um, let's get into it. Blood Elf female. Put that in S tier. Not bad. Very popular choice. One of the better looking horde races. I like them for casters and stuff like that. Sometimes rogue, but not big on paladins or warriors. Yeah, more casters, hunters, stuff like that. But I don't know. They got a cool backstory, being addicted to mana and everything, and never really understood why they joined the Horde until I played all the way through Warcraft 3, and then it made sense. But they're not like overly muscular, so there you go. They're an S tier. Male Blood Elves, they look like little bitches. Not a fan. Yeah, not great. Just so y'all know, I mostly play Horde, so the Alliance races, I'm gonna be very meh about most of them. But so Dark Iron Doors, male, can go into A tier. Female can go into B tier. Really I think their aesthetic is cool, but I never really played one. I don't really know anything about the Dark Iron Dwarves other than that they look cool as shamans. But yeah, I mostly play Horde. Draenei females, pretty close with the Blood Elves, I say. But the males, they're a little bit bulky, but they're not bad. Yeah, I think it's cool that they're straight up from outer space, but and the orcs did the genocide and all that on them. But I don't know. Model wise, it's like they just move too slow for the males. The females are fine though. Female dwarf, that's trash. Male dwarf is kind of bland. You can be a dwarf in about any medieval RPG fantasy kind of game. So it's just, alright, whatever. Gnomes, that's going to go straight to trash. Goblins. Backstory. I was really excited because, I started playing in Burning Crusade, and I always thought Goblins should be a playable race for the Horde. And then Cataclysm, they got announced, and I was super excited. I made one. I got them out of their starting area, and then never played them again. So we'll put them at C tier. I don't know why. I was so excited to have one. I got one, and then I just never went with it. All right, High Mountain Tauren. Both models, actually, the males move a little bit too slow, but other than that, so I'll bring them down to here actually. Other than that, they're great. Female movement speed doesn't bother me, but the animations are cool. The aesthetic is cool. The druid forms are really cool, where you turn into like an eagle or whatever for flight form and stuff like that. The antlers instead of the horns are just, I don't know. It's just a nice touch. Humans, we'll probably put them at the top of B tier. They're whatever, You're playing a fantasy game. Why would you want to be human? That's something I never understand, but hey, whatever. I think the casting animations are really cool, especially for the females. And I guess it really doesn't matter the difference between the male and the female because you could just go back and forth at the barber whenever you want now. So, whatever. But, they're basic. It's just, it's not that they're bad. It's just that be basic. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright. Cold Tiered humans. They're thick. Alright? They're thick boys. Thick girls. The only thing that keeps them out of trash tier, for me personally, is that their druid forms are sweet as hell. They're all a wicker theme. So it's pretty dope. But yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Yeah, their druid forms are really cool. All the wicker themed, so it's just like haunted forest kind of stuff, but they're just fat pirates at the end of the day, so who cares? Lightforged Draenei, I actually like a bit more. Excuse me. So we'll put them there. It's a similar model with just like a reskin, but it looks really cool. And if you make, as much as I don't really care for paladins, these guys you can make pretty cool looking paladins with them. Magheart Orc. That's gonna go to the top of A tier. I like both models, especially since orcs can stand up straight now. But they're orcs that haven't been corrupted, so like shamans work really good for them, warriors, stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and doing the heritage armor quest where you pick like what clan if you want to be, what is it, Frostwolf, Blackrock, Laughing Skull, stuff like that. I always thought that was a nice touch. Mecha gnomes, they're gnomes, but even more dumb. All right, here we go. Night elves, right? I mostly play Horde, but I can't deny that night elves might be the coolest race in the game. Warcraft 3, I always like night elves. Big fan of the nature aesthetic, all that stuff. And it's crazy how they like have eternal life unless they die in battle. But I don't know. Without them, there wouldn't really be druids. They're female-led society, all that stuff. It's pretty cool, and they're purple. So we all know what that means. And then Nightborn, pretty similar. Actually, yeah. Whoops. My bad. They're just the night elves, but not as cool. They're more magic based instead of nature based, and that's kind of really the big difference. But that's it. So yeah, it was kind of cool unlocking them, but I think nature is way more interesting than just straight up magic. So there you go. All right, orcs. We're gonna bring them into A tier. My first ever character I got to max level back in Burning Crusade was an orc hunter. But, it's kind of the same thing with humans. It's great, but, these guys, these allied races, like the brown orcs, or the Magheart orcs, whatever, they got more interesting lore, more going on. But orcs still great regardless. Can't hate them. They're the face of the Horde. So, that's where they go. Pandas. I'll put them at the top of the trash tier, but I really don't think they should be in the game. But whatever, I don't really care. I barely see them anyway. Tauren. That will come into C tier. They're alright. They move too slow. High Mountain, it's way more interesting, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't got much to say. Like, I like their aesthetic, but like Thunder Bluff is kind of cool, but like even leveling up in Mulgore with them, it takes forever to get to level 10. Even now when it's so easy to level. I don't know. They're just way too slow paced for me. Trolls are going to go to the top of the S tier. I 100% prefer the female model because the male model is always hunched over and it makes my back hurt just looking at them. So, and it's cool that they got their own little starting area in Sen'jin Village now. But I remember back in the day, starting in Valley of Trials with the orcs too. But great for hunters. Love it. I just wish like you could have like a spear thrower. Just because, I don't know. That'd be cool straight out of Warcraft 3. Undead. That's going to come into Voodoo. They're so cool. What other game can you just be a zombie casting spells? Great for casters. Great for rogues. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, they're just cool. Affliction Warlock Undead. It's like one of the best things. Void Elves. I think they're pretty cool. Oh, jeez. Put him at the top of B tier. And then the female model, it's kind of the same as the Blood Elves. Where the male model just looks like a little sissy. But the female looks way more badass. But, you know, the glowing hair is really cool. Like the racial, where you just get the extra damage. I don't know. It's super cool, especially for rogues and casters. Don't know if you've noticed, but, like, not huge on a lot of the melee classes, but I think rogues are cool. But I'm more of a ranged guy, I guess. Volpira, trash. I think they're not as bad as gnomes, though. It's the dumbest race in the game. Worgen, bottom of C. I think all their animations look dumb. Do not like them. Don't care about the lore or anything. They're just whatever. They're just there to be in there. And then Zandalori Troll. That's going to go into Voodoo tier. They're like trolls, but cooler. As far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, they're based on the Aztec, and I studied the Aztec growing up a lot. So I kind of have that connection to them already. And then, you know, they had the whole expansion based around them for Battle for Azeroth. But, I don't know. It's pretty cool. But, yeah, I would say this is the correct tier list of Warcraft races. And you can try to tell me I'm wrong, but I'm not. So, have a good night.